Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 4 of Let's Play the Spiderweb Software CRPG Queen's Wish 2, the Tormentor. Let's get right into it. Very cool. To build a fort in the Cronus Woods lands to be able to recruit Cronus characters in your fort. Cronus characters have special nature and healing abilities. Alright, so we've built a blacksmith who's out in the rain, and an alchemist, an apothecary. I don't want to visit them just yet. Let's see what else we have to do. General Miranda. I can guide you. So I have to place the shops. How does that work? Go to the building or stall you rebuilt. You can also place a shop in the northeast tower. Okay. I will get that done. We now have a smithy and an apothecary. Marvelous. Now we can build proper defenses against raiders. The humiliation they dealt us will not be repeated. Don't stop building, though. Each sort of shop will give you valuable advantages. Even when you reclaim our 6 lost forts in the other provinces, more shops will give you even better equipment. Oh, and if you didn't already, speak to the alchemist and start getting potions. What else can I build? So many sorts of workshops. Woodworkers for better bows and shields. Weavers for better robes and cowls and bigger backpacks. Mills and breweries to earn money. There are many options to play with. How about a working portal? Actually, unlike in Sacramentum, the portal here is fully functional. However, it only works when the Royal Palace activates the portal at their end. You are still at their mercy for when you can return to Haven. I will make the full resources of this fort available to you. All our raw materials can now be directed into making workshops and stores. Finally, I do have some exciting news. You can return to Haven now. Prince Sutter has returned. Oh. General Miranda says, what else do you need? I can use the portal. I believe your older brother insists on it. He is by the portal right now, waiting for you. He says that you need to return to Haven and see the Queen immediately. Where is the portal? In one of the back halls among the storerooms to the north. Has my mother taken ill? The general is suddenly nervous. I'm sure that the Queen is in good health, Prince Matthew. She will outlast us all. News of Queen Sharon's uneven health has spread throughout the Empire, but it is considered in very poor taste to mention it. Prince Sutter awaits you. I will not delay you. Thank you again for your help and good fortune. She clearly expects to not see you again anytime soon. Go use the portal. Actually, before I do that, though, you know what? Let's just go use the portal. She said it was important. We can do that when we get back. Prince Sutter is standing in front of the shimmering portal. He must have slipped into Fort Meadow 4 when you were occupied elsewhere. He looks exhausted, and his normally flawless armor is scuffed. When he sees you, he says, Ah, Matthew, come on, we must return to our mother's palace. She needs to know what has happened, and we will need to get new orders. Then Sutter turns and steps into the portal. You stumble away from the portal, still a little dizzy. At the east door from the garden, your sister, Princess Delia, is waiting for you. It's been over a year since you've seen her. Only a year, but she looks older. Not a lot, but definitely worn around the edges. When you emerge from behind a tree, she shouts, Matthew! She runs up to you and flings her arms around you. Hug her back. You stand there for a moment. After all of your travels, wandering from land to land, accepting gifts, meeting officials, and being bored, it is very strange to be home again. It's good to be home, sister. And it's good to see you. You have no idea. With Sutter and you gone, I've been spending so much time managing Mother. I should have a feast for your return. A parade. Instead, she steps back and looks you up and down. You were attacked. Some vassals dared to try to kill you. You seem undamaged, though. Our attackers paid with their lives. She nods. I am glad to hear it, but we don't know who gave them their orders. And who gave those people their orders? All of them need to pay for this crime. It was a minor attack. Nothing of concern. Of course, even if those thugs could handle you, there's no way they could defeat Sutter. We're more concerned about the insult and the message it sends. Mother is adamant on that point. Mother is still fretting about us and everything else. She told me to send you to her the moment you arrived. Where is Mother? Ah, yes, that. Delia takes a deep breath. Mother is in her chamber. She is in bed for a time, at the advice of the healers. It was called the event afterward. The event? What do you mean? The Queen was having a small audience in one of the side chambers. We've been doing more of them lately, visiting nobles and merchants, you know. She was sitting on her customary stool, upright as always, and she collapsed. She collapsed? What is wrong with her? Delia shrugs. You know, if I hadn't been there to see it, I never would have believed it. She swooned and fainted. Then things moved fast. We got her in bed. The healers gave her fluids, herbs, rest, the things they always do. So that is why Mother is in bed. Frightening, yes, but nothing to worry about. And how is the Empire of Haven? Fine, or so I thought. The Queen thinks that things are falling apart and only consuming herself will save it. She works on that list day and night, coming up with things she must see done. Her only rest is the occasional break to meddle in my life. Is Mother still trying to get you married? At this point, that would come as a relief. Anything for variety, for a journey, but we can discuss this later, I hope. How are you doing? She rubs her eyes with her fingers. Ugh, Mother gets worried. She calls for me. She comes up with 50 more orders. I don't know how a woman in her state can stay awake so long and make so many demands, but she can. How are things in the palace? Delia tries to come up with a cheery lie, but she knows that she can't fool you. Grim, shadowy. Everyone knows about the Queen's collapse. Everyone. I have my ways to keep track of the palace rumors, and even I can't keep up with the tales people are spinning. I wish you could stay here for a while. It would do me so much good. No room on Mother's list for that, though. Mother is still working on her list. It grows longer by the day. This land needs a new governor. The noble needs to be sent a message. Some law needs to be modified. Each vassal is getting special attention, making sure it is prosperous, and, more importantly, under control. Delia lets out a long theatrical sigh. Which brings us, alas, to the unavoidable business of the Rokaj, and your mission there. I've seen very little of the Rokaj. We hoped you would see little. Sutter and you were to have a brief break, do some hunting, go to Lascara, the one civilized city there. Gifts, speeches, get on a boat and go. And then those wild fools have to go and try to murder you, and now it's going to be a big whole process. Did Sutter arrive here safely? Oh, yes, he's in the throne room. I'm sure he'll want to have words with you. He is far less angry than I thought he would be. Perhaps it's because he gets to move on, and you will be stuck in the Rokaj. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that yet. Oh, no. Mother wants a report? Oh, Mother has had all of the reports she needs, though I know she wants to see you personally. She has made a decision about the Rokaj. You get to be the first one to hear it. A dubious honor. Your return has put her in good spirits. You achieved a victory in Sacramentum. It makes her expect a lot more for you. Anything else I should know before I talk to Mother? Delia looks down at the floor. She is still the Queen. She still has very particular ideas about how things should be, about what should be done. You should go see her, see what she has decided. Don't worry, I will be sure to talk to you again before you go. Go? Go where? Run! We're going back to the Rokaj. Oh no. You try to open this door, it is locked, its doorknob won't even budge. All of the doors in the palace are enchanted. When the Queen doesn't want them to open, they will not open. This is the great celebration hall of Haven. For centuries, glorious feasts have been held here. Treaties were signed, wars were planned. You and Delia ran foot races around the tables. Royalty sat at the center table, while people of lesser importance were seated farther from the core. Now the hall is empty and full of shadows. There is dust, even the occasional cobweb. You have never seen it like this before. It is eerie and unsettling. Hmm. This is a member of the Royal Guard of Haven. This warrior stands like a statue, staring straight ahead, barely even blinking. Only Haven's finest warriors get the privilege of protecting your family while standing in an incredibly uncomfortable pose. When you were young, you always tried to get them to smile. You eventually gave up. You leave your guard to their vigil. Try to open this door. Okay. Little box with fine wine in it. Value 5. Fine wines. Never been in the palace this far before that I can recall. This is the farthest we've gone. I want to go check that, though. Did I? Oh. Alright, let's come in here. Another royal hall of some sort. You return to the throne room of Sharon's palace, the heart of the Empire of Haven. From here, Queen Sharon III says the words that move the world. This is where she told you had to go to Sacramentum. This is where she sent Sutter and you to do diplomacy everywhere. And now the hall is mostly empty. The royal guard is here as always, but the queen is gone. The chamber is eerily quiet. There is one familiar face, though. Prince Sutter arrived ahead of you. He's in the middle of the hall looking down at your mother's humble throne. Sutter stands in the middle of the royal throne room of Haven. Apart from a few guards, nobody else is here. This is the first time you have been here in almost 2 years, and everything looks a little dirty and neglected. There's a little bit of dust on Queen Sharon's humble throne. Who allowed that to happen? When you approach, Sutter sadly looks down at your mother's throne. You can remember sitting and playing next to it when you were small. He says, "Hello, Matthew. Welcome back." Hello, Sutter. He kneels and wipes the dust off the top of the stool with his hand. Not the most glorious homecoming. No feasts, just more work. I see you made it back safely. Yes, made it back from a disaster. The Rokaj was supposed to be brief, triumphant visit. Hunt, rest, make a speech, get some gifts. Instead, they attacked us. The Ro. Who else in our empire would be foolish enough to dare such an insult? The Rokaj contacted me directly. One of their shades came to challenge me. The Crown Prince grimaces. Yes, while I chased peasants and mindless beasts back and forth across the hills, the real knowledge was sent to you. At least someone remembered to pass their challenge along to me eventually. We survived. Of course we did. I don't think all the forces in that entire miserable country could overwhelm the power of the protections the Queen's wizards placed on us. Even then, you acted quickly and competently. So, now we are back. For a moment, I am to return to dealing with Mother's list. Mother's list? Her list of tasks, things undone. That is why she has been sending us to every vassal in the Empire, learning what is wrong, pacifying the locals, evaluating the governors, putting the fear of the Queen in the lazy and treacherous. Ever since she grew ill, she's been making her list, all of her wishes, on one ever-lengthening scroll. Since she collapsed during that meeting, she's been using her rest time to make it even longer. What exactly is wrong with Mother? A long, tense silence. She's getting old. She wants to push herself as hard as she did when she was young, and her body won't take it. She doesn't sleep. She gets angry. She faints. She just needs to rest more and trust her underlings, and everything will be fine. You seem very calm about all this. Keeping calm is our job, Matthew. A Havenite is under control even when the ceiling is caving in, or when a wild and unruly vassal decides to go mad and challenge our control. We should both remember that when we go. Where will we be going? It's not my place to say. He points to the southeast. You must see the queen. She is resting in her chambers. At least, I hope she is resting. She very much wants to see you. She is very, very angry at the Rokaj for attacking us. I believe you are to play a part in her response. If Mother wants me in the row, that is where I will go. If Mother wants you there, that is where you have to go. He grins. Still, your high morale is appreciated. I only wonder. He sighs. Never mind. Go see Mother. She has orders. She always does. I'll be here to talk to you before you go. Sutter is saying that you are leaving, too. Worrying. The southeast. This is the dueling hall. In a simpler time, many political disputes in Haven were settled with duels, sometimes fatal ones. This practice was mostly abandoned long ago, but the hall is still here. It is where Sutter and you acquired your weapons training and where Sutter practiced on you endlessly. Oh, chest. Iron short blade. That's worth 10. Crude bow, worth 20. We're running out of space, though, big time. This is Princess Delia's bedroom. When you were small, you could always take refuge here. When she got older, she insisted that this be the one place where she could always be left alone. Now you suspect she can't be left alone anywhere. Let's go through her box. Rare dyes, volume of 6, and paper, volume of 3. Value, not volume. This is your bedroom. It has been long since you were a small child. Looking at it, you find yourself torn. It seems very small now, and yet you have a powerful urge to get into bed and not get out again for a good long time. Healing potion, nice. And fine wine. You enter the hall outside your mother's bedroom. The last time you were here, it was full of petitioners. People would travel here from all over the Empire and wait for days or months to get a moment of Queen Sharon III's precious time. Now the hall is full of healers. They are everywhere, cleaning linens, working on potions and ointments, applying all of their skill and knowledge to the puzzle of the Queen's health. You find yourself invisible. None of them talk to you. One of them points wordlessly at the west door. The rest continue their work. There is an urgent energy in the room. Let's go this way, though. Sutter's room. This is Prince Sutter's bedroom. You were always sneaking in here to steal your older brother's things. This always resulted in a good beating in the dueling hall, but you never stopped. You are powerfully tempted to poke around again for old time's sake. Ceremonial blade. Oh, that's worth 50 in fine wine. We're going to have to drop something. I guess a wood buckler. Take the ceremonial blade. 7 to 10. Yeah. So let's see. He's got a training dummy in here. Some equipment. What are those things? Can't tell what they are. Hey, I'm sorry. I just woke up and it's pretty early. My eyes are not fully functioning. But instead of a writing desk like we have, he's got a training dummy. Cool. World healers. Report to me. Come, child. At last you reach the sleeping chambers of Queen Sharon III, absolute ruler of the mighty Empire of Haven, guardian of the multitudes all over the known world, and your mother. Like the outer chamber, it has been completely transformed since you last saw it. The healers have taken it over. The smells of medicinal concoctions is overpowering. In the center of the west wall is your mother's massive bed, and lying in it, propped up by a mountain of pillows, you see the queen. For the first time in your life, she looks sort of small. She waves you forward. I have instruction. At last, you find your mother in her quarters. She is propped up by a mountain of pillows and fussed over by a small army of healers and sages. She has a pen in her hand and a scroll draped across her lap. She's writing on it when you approach. The queen waves the healers out of the room. When you are alone, she looks up at you and smiles. Then, oddly, she reaches out to embrace you. You bend over for a brief, awkward hug. When you are upright again, the smile fades and she returns to being the stern, absolute ruler of a mighty empire. So, my child, you have returned. I should be greeting you in the throne room, but, alas, I am struck by a temporary illness. Come, she pats the bed, sit by me. Sit by her. You sit on the bed. Even lying down, Queen Sharon III of Haven radiates power. She can still send out armies with the wave of a hand. The smell of medicinal herbs in the air makes you feel faint. You have done well with Sutter over the last year, but that was easy work. You are a Prince of Haven. Your lessons must continue. What sorts of lessons? You have been learning about our empire, our many vassals, how to pacify them, make them feel valuable. It helps keeping them from rebelling. However, you have all been lucky enough to grow up in a time of peace, prosperity. I thought that would suffice, but then the Rokaj, your father's land, it attacked us, and now you must learn other lessons. What do I need to learn about now? Power, justice, punishment. You will see how we deal with those who resist us. You achieved a victory in Sacramentum. We are encouraged. We hope to see more successes in the future. She runs her fingers over the scroll on her lap, covered with uneven handwriting. This is a list of all we have neglected, all we must do. The Rokaj is on it now. I'd like to know how Delia has been doing. The question catches her by surprise. Delia, she is invaluable to me. She is always here, gathering information, giving advice, sending out orders. She is precious. Still, as valuable as she is, I need to find a worthy match for her soon. It is on my list. I've been traveling with Sutter. I'm sure he has taught you much. I already saw him. Gave him his next set of orders. He is too important now to waste on a minor vassal like the Rokaj. He needs to pacify our restless major vassals. They sense weakness. They are all on my list. Tell me more about the list. The queen looks down at the scroll with a crooked smile. Unfinished business. A history of neglect. I have left much unfinished business in my time as queen. Like the Rokaj. Unfinished business in the Rokaj? The Rokaj, my beloved Ro. Perhaps I should have paid more attention to it. It was so painful after your father died. But this, as she speaks, she grows angrier. Her capacity for rage even now is great. They attacked Sutter and you. The greatest of crimes that demands a careful, lethal response. I wanted you to visit the Ro to learn about it. Now you will learn far more than you wanted. Our neglect of them will end. My father was from there. He was Consort Darmal, a young warlord of the hills of the Low Daga. You will see them soon. He left his wild land to serve in the halls of power. Then he died, too young. There is cold fury in her eyes. The blood of the Rokaj flows in your veins. They will try to make you think you don't belong there, but you do. Why are you so fond of that land? Because that was where I met your father. I was entranced by the wilderness of the place. I was young and foolish, perhaps. I did not look hard enough to see their flaws. Still, their mountains are beautiful and the people are brave. You will see. They have been neglected. I neglected the Rokaj. I confess it. Things were quiet there, so I thought things were well. A mistake many empires have made in that land. Enough of it. They have cried out for attention. They will get it. Though they may not. She stops speaking. She stares off into space. Mother? You stand there helplessly, not sure if you should call for the healers. Then your mother returns to herself, not seeming to notice that anything is amiss. She doesn't look angry anymore. She reaches out and takes your hand. More attention, yes. What is wrong? Nothing is wrong. I don't know what you mean. You have an unpleasant suspicion that she is telling the truth. What should be done about the Rokaj? We need to learn what is happening there. Only then can we act efficiently. Matthew, I'm giving you a great honor. You will carry out to the Rokaj a full diplomatic mission. A full diplomatic mission? What does that mean? You will return to the Rokaj and show them the Eye of Haven is fully upon them. You will meet with our 3 governors there and decide if they are fit for their job. You will meet with their 4 Rasas, their 4 kings, and hear and answer their petitions. Once this is done, we will know much. Then others can act. And I am doing this. She lets go of your hand. Who else? This job requires someone of great authority, and only you are available. Happily, you will have help. General Miranda will stay in the Rokaj to guide you and receive your orders. As she speaks, her voice grows slower and more slurred. She is getting tired. Use the portal to return to the Rokaj. General Miranda is still in the fort, Metal 4. Speak with her. She will provide everything you need. When I returned from Sacramento, I was allowed to request a reward. Oh yes, I think I remember. What did you ask for? You wanted to be king, a most unwise thing to say. Still, if you want power, you have it now. A whole vassal will be in your hands. I want to learn more about the Rokaj. I am glad to hear it, and you will learn more than you wanted to know, I expect. Leave me, child. Use the portal. Speak with General Miranda. All will be well, I am sure. It is time to go. She leans back and closes her eyes. The healers return. The audience is over. The Queen liked your response, and she will remember it. People will pay close attention to what you say, and it will affect how the story progresses and ends. When you aren't sure what to say, be honest. Alright, you have a new quest. Let's check out her room. Chamber pot next to her bed. Royal healer. You try to talk to the healers who tend to the Queen. You would think, being her child and a Prince of Haven, you could get an answer. You don't. They must be under strict orders. You are unable to get anything but the simplest pleasantries out of them. 1 second, guys. I'm going to try to light a smoke here. This is very interesting and cool. Hope you guys are enjoying as well. She's got a nifty fireplace in there. Wood burner. And that looks like a harp. And a table and some stuff on the table. Very cool. All right. Then it is time to go. Prince Sutter, as promised, is waiting for you in the throne room. He takes a good look at your face and, unsurprisingly, reads your expression correctly. So, brother, I assume a nice leisurely stay back in the comforts of Sharon's palace is not likely. I was looking for, I need to give the Rokaj a proper diplomatic visit. It is the natural first choice. Makes them feel valued. Lets us buy time to gather information. Some good government might even come out of it. That miserable land could certainly use it. Don't worry, when you go, you will have all the support we can give. And you aren't going with me? Of course not. This is a routine job in a minor vassal state. I mean, sure, there's a secret conspiracy there to kill you, but I don't think that's a big worry. Evaluate the 3 governors, hear petitions from 4 Rasas. Nothing that needs me. Then you can come home with 1 item checked off of Mother's list. Why is Mother making that list? Sutter lets out a long sigh. He starts to talk, then stops. Finally, he says, She is a true leader of Haven. She is determined to do as much good as she can. We should admire her for it, even when it is difficult. She is the Queen. We have to obey. Yes, good. Accept that. Once you truly believe it, the endless days come easier. Keep your chin up. This is not a terrible mission. Walking, talking, home. It'll be over before you know it. could use some advice. Sutter laughs deeply and genuinely. Matthew, this mission must have you spooked, asking for my advice. Times must be unsettled indeed. Anyway, my advice, get this done quickly and get out. General Miranda will tell you what to do. Follow her advice, give her the answer she needs, and get out. Don't let the road drag you down. What is wrong with Mother? He looks you in the eye. Nothing serious. Understand? If someone asks, she is well. It's for the best. Nobody wants to think about Haven with her gone. We will make sure she has a long, productive reign. Sutter nods. Yes, brother, we will. Somehow. We have talked enough. The situation is urgent. You must use the portal now. I will do my duty to Haven. I'm returning to the Rokaj now. Sutter grins. It does me a lot of good to hear you say that. When we are lost in the fog, our duty shall guide us. Today I truly see you are my brother. Good luck, Matthew. Good luck to us all. Interesting. Can I go in here yet? No. I won't open that room. Or this room. Alright. At last, you've returned to the portal. Your mother sending you back through it is kind of predictable, really. As when you went to Sacramentum, Princess Delia is waiting to send you off. She is as teary and emotional as she was the first time. Oh, brother, I just heard that Mother is sending you back to the Rokaj. Actually, you suspect that she helped plan this move days ago. Before you can ponder it, she runs up and flings her arms around you. Hug her back. Sometimes your sister's talent for diplomatic scheming worries you. At least you are confident her hugs are genuine. Eventually, she releases you. She holds on to your hands, though. There is clearly something she wants to discuss. I have seen Mother. Of course, you know the truth. She is unwell, but only temporarily. Soon she will be back in the throne room, and Haven can rely on her absolutely. Good news. I will make sure to spread the word about... Yeah. Be sure you do. Those words will do a lot to keep the peace. We need to look strong now. Make sure you help with that. Enough of this topic. What else did she say to you? We are trying to heal her. We are succeeding in healing her, which is easy because she is not seriously ill, which is what you will tell anyone who asks. We need to look strong now, Matthew. Enough of this topic. What else did she say to you? She mentioned that you need to be married. She looks sad, and she is probably right. I should not complain, but it has been a hard, lonely life here. Sometimes I feel very alone. But Mother's too busy to think about that now, for better or worse. She is still working on her list. Sometimes I wish I could grab that pen out of her hand and throw it into the fire, but she needs to work on the list, so I don't. I have a mission in the Rokaj. Yes, I know, a simple diplomatic mission. Hopefully you can do it quick and get out. It is important for you to be seen, important to show authority, and important for us to get you safely home. You will not be alone. You will have the General and the mirrors. The General and the mirrors? General Miranda in Fort Meadow 4 will be your guide. Consult with her often. Also, each of Haven's forts has a mirror. Walk up to it and we can talk to you. We will be looking out for you and we may have valuable things to say. When you return to Haven's forts, don't forget to check the mirrors. Do you have any advice for me? Nothing you haven't been told before. Talk to General Miranda a lot. Use the mirrors in Haven's forts. Judge your governors. Hear the petitions of the Rasas, their arrogant little kings. Then come home. I miss you. She takes a step back. And it is time. Time? She looks at the portal. Your departure is hard, but it is ordered and necessary. Let's get it over with quickly. I'm eager to begin. That is good. There's a whole nation of vassals that stands on the edge of war and destruction. I need you, but they need you too. Use the portal, do your work, then come home. She gives you one final embrace and heroically manages to delay her tears. Goodbye, Matthew. Good luck. All right, back to the row again. Oh, let's check this one more time. Nope. Not see what's in there. Alright. So, now that we did that, how much time have we been playing? 35 minutes. Wow. Let's go talk with General Miranda. See what she says. You must make decisions. General Miranda says, "What else do you need, Prince? Can give guidance and support as needed." The Queen has sent me back to give you orders regarding the Rokaj. Yes, I've been fully briefed. You need to evaluate the governors of the Cronus Woods, Low Daga, and the High Litha. You need to hear the petitions of the Rasas of the 4 provinces and answer them, then report the results of this entire mess to me. This is the Queen's order. Once it is done, I understand you'll be removed from the Rokaj. I will probably be left here to deal with the wreckage. She smiles. I envy you. Before you do much, you must go west to Lascara and get permission to travel from the Rasa there. This will allow you to go north on the pilgrimage road. I need permission to travel through the Rokaj? Yes, it is the custom, tradition. It is part of our contract of vassalage with the Ro. Fortunately, it is but a formality, but it does show respect to them. Just go to Lascara and talk to the Rasa. I'm sure we will provide some nice ceremonial gifts, too. What do I need to do about the governors? Fortunately, there's no governor in the Gentle Coast at the moment. That leaves 3 to evaluate. Governor Yvette of the Cronus Woods, Governor Otto of the Low Daga, Governor Ivana of the High Litha. Investigate, meet the governors, travel through the provinces, then decide if they should be allowed to keep their jobs. Report your decisions to me. What do I need to do about the Rasas? There are 4 Rasas at the moment, each the leader of one of the Ro's 4 provinces. You must meet with each to hear a petition of grievances. It is an old, important ceremony. Manners demand they ask for very little, especially from a prince. Do what is necessary to satisfy their needs, then report your success to me. I have another question. Okay. We have a new quest. As you pass by the mirror, it starts to shimmer and sparkle. Someone is trying to contact you. The mirror shimmers. Your reflection disappears, replaced by a thick fog. You watch carefully, expecting some vision or flashy bit of magic. Instead, you get Prince Sutter's voice. He is cranky. So, I got the news. You're stuck in the row. Miranda passed on Mother's wishes, yes? I will bring peace back to the Rokaj. Really? You really think so? We've been failing at that for centuries, and we don't have time to waste. The Queen looks weak, and the vassals are restless. We need to look confident and in control. Do what Miranda said. Take your little tour. Give your judgments. Move on. We have great, great faith in you. Wait, you won't be helping me? Sutter snorts, then laughs. Me? Matthew, I'm going to be the king. I need to be visible and active in the most powerful, most influential vassals. Places where rebellion reduces the amount of food sent home. Most of the time, you get to live the life of the happy prince. Sometimes we need you to clean up a mess. That time is now, and the mess is in the row. But what will you actually do? Sutter is silent for a time. When he speaks, he sheds his normal shell of casual arrogance. I fight, Matthew. Mother has found me to be an efficient fighter and leader. She sends me where someone needs to be killed. It is exhausting, but it is my duty. I think you would want to be more involved. Oh, really? Bless me with your wisdom, Matthew. Why would that be? We are both half row. Indeed, our father's land, so we have a family debt of a sort, and that is why you are there. The undivided attention of a full Prince of Haven. That is the minimum and the maximum we can give them right now. With Mother not at her best, we have one goal, and that is, get the job done. Listen to the Rasas complain. Scare our governors. Give Miranda her orders. Move on. That is all anyone needs or deserves. That is what should be done. I can't be sure of that. I need to actually investigate first. There is silence. You wait for a response. None comes. Sutter has left. The fog in the mirror clears and you see your reflection. You look irritated, but prolonged exposure to Sutter causes that reaction in everyone. Alrighty. Guess we're gonna save here. And we have our quests. We can level up next time. We can buy some equipment and some potions. Maybe build some more buildings. And then head west to Lascara. So I hope you guys will join me for that. I'd love to have you tag along on this epic journey through another Queen's Wish game. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Much love, peace, and joy, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoy the LP, and I'll see you guys next time with more. So long.